Alright, let's get that blood pumping with the opening act. We gotta be at a 10. Come on, say something exciting, energetic.
I hate you.
I'm Annie.
I'm Minty.
And this is FunUntitled, where we serve everything with a 10. Alright, let's move on. What are we doing today?
We're going over RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star 6, Episode 4 on Netflix.
Oh no, you spoiled it, but I'm Paramount Plus, that's what you call it. But yeah, so, see, today we're going to do the Halftime Challenge. It's a little mockery on the halftime show. I guess not mockery, but tribute. I don't know, what would you call that when you take a bunch of famous singers and make them sing RuPaul songs?
What is the point of a halftime show? It is like the biggest sporting event ever, and then you put this in, and now they're like, what is it?
I don't know, man. You think I'm straight enough to know how the Super Bowl works?
Really should have Googled it before this episode. Although I don't know if it's common knowledge.
Well, I think it's a dinner and a show. It's like, you gotta entertain all the wives that came to watch the Super Bowl with their husbands.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, before the halftime show, we see that a real giant split for the voting between Akira and Silky. What do you think of that?
It'd be like that. I'm glad, because I think we were complaining before. I think last season we didn't like all the landslides.
No, I mean, I like the split too. It's a lot more drama. But I was surprised that this is the one where it was more split.
Well, yeah, because it's kind of like what I said before. All the queens agree with me because I am the ultimate drag queen. But like, I feel like Silky had a lot of potential because you know she can bring it. She's just getting in her own head. Meanwhile, Akira's just kind of like this flat line. Although I do think the judges are too harsh on Akira.
Damn. But okay, let's get into the main challenge. So of course, each queen got to pick a halftime performer, emulate them, and sing a RuPaul song. Which I didn't understand what most of them were saying.
Yeah, like it was a lip sync performance, but you couldn't understand any of the words, so you just hoped and prayed they were lip syncing correctly.
Okay, this is considered a musical, right?
I think so.
But doesn't musicals mean they have to sing?
It might be a music video challenge.
Maybe? I don't know.
Whoever they get to do all these impressions, I felt like it was just one lady doing all this. And paid the muns.
One talented lady. I always wondered about these people who sing for the Drag Race songs.
A lot of work was put into this. Is it me or this series has like an amazing budget that they could hire these people?
Is that Paramount Plus money?
And not the stupid Bing Bang Bong where they use the same song and I had to listen to it twice.
That's catchy, but I would rather listen to sing or the UK Hun more than whatever this was.
But yeah, so they had the little song and dance, they all went up, and I'm always sick of this RuPaul trope of, we're gonna teach you a bunch of complicated dance moves, in the rehearsal, and then we'll watch you do none of it in the real time.
Are you talking specifically about Trinity K. Bonet?
I'm talking a lot. They did this on a lot of dancing challenges.
Well, just for this episode, specifically.
No, for me, I wasn't really watching Trinity K. Bonet because at that point the episode lost my attention. I was talking more about how Ginger Minj had like a bunch of dance moves, but then when it was time for her to actually dance in the halftime show, she was just kind of standing, walking back and forth.
To be fair though, Ginger can't dance.
To be fair, Eureka was also just standing there, so maybe, there's something going behind the scene.
Okay, yeah, I thought Eureka was gonna be on the bottom. I did not like her Madonna, and I was okay with her frill look, which was a theme with the frills. But Eureka was like one of the tops.
Eureka should not have been on top. Like, I would go to my grave that Scarlett should have been on top with her Katy Perry left shark.
Yeah, I think Scarlett should have won the thing.
Well, I wouldn't go there for. Did you not see Jan put her foot on the keyboard as Lady Gaga?
I thought that was okay. I thought it was just too much in a sense.
She got all the dance moves.
No, I mean, she did, and I think Jan could have been on top, but I don't know about winning.
Okay, here's a little controversy I saw on Twitter I don't agree with. So, Trinity K. Bonet was Beyonce. There's a famous line in season 6 of RuPaul where, Bianca Del Rio was like, Beyonce, you look more like, a man dressed as Beyonce. And a lot of people are mad at Bianca Del Rio now for being mean to Trinity K. Bonet. And I'm like, I think that happened like 7 years ago.
I mean, the fans who have been with the show for a long time is probably bringing it up as like, like a fun, like, poke, like, oh, remember this, haha, funny. And then the people who probably probably have never actually seen it are just like, oh, this girl's just a bitch. But it's like, no, it's funny. And, you know, Bianca has nothing against Trinity.
I think another thing too is a lot of people were like, oh my god, Trinity, you broke the Beyonce curse. And it's like, no, all the Beyoncés that was terrible was in Snatch Game.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me too. And then they say like Jan broke the Lady Gaga curse because kind of like the same thing. Although I don't think Lady Gaga's have done as bad as the Beyoncés. But it's like, you can't compare Snatch Game and a performance. Like, that makes no sense. To be fair though, Trinity K. Bonet said that first, but it's like, you're comparing apples and oranges.
Yeah. So the general gist is that they all, went up, they dressed as their halftime people, yada yada yada. The top people was Trinity, Jan, Eureka, and we already kind of went over who they all went as. And then the bottom three was Akira Davenport as Prince, Yara Sophia as Shakira, and Ginger Minj as Madonna.
Fergie!
Oh, Fergie, sorry.
Eureka was Madonna.
So, not counting those bottom three, top three, is there anything you disagree with? Other than you thought Scarlett should have won?
I don't think Yara should have been on the bottom. I thought the fact that she could dance should have made up for everything. I kind of thought Raja should have been on the bottom just because she didn't do anything. And I don't think that's also her fault because she doesn't choreograph it. But she literally just stood there. I mean, the wig was amazing, but she literally stood there and stuck a leg out and said,
I do think it's very unfair that Yara Sophia was shaking her hips, had the flags, or what were they, fans?
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, Eureka, darling, you was standing on that stage. You was choreographed perfectly with the side dancers that was taught the same dance moves. And I was like, are you kidding me?
Right, like, I was like, what the hell?
Like, don't get me wrong, I understand different, pedigrees and dancing careers, but just standing there? I guess it's part of the game. You have to pick someone who you can emulate the dance. So maybe you have to pick someone who didn't dance.
I was confused when Akira chose Prince, and Akira's like, well, I can't dance. And I'm like, but Prince is a dancer. So what are you doing?
I do think this was the harshest critique for Akira to be like, I've been calling her Akira this whole time.
Yeah.
Akira! No, Akira is like, oh, you got all the dance moves, you just didn't have the attitude. Like, bitch. Okay.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because Prince is such a huge presence. And it's like, Prince was famous when, like, the judges were, like, in their prime of their lives. But now they see these new artists and they're like, whatever. They don't compare to, like, my, like, idol.
Yeah.
So Akira really put themselves far out to do someone like Prince, especially who can dance and they can't. Like, I know RuPaul loves Diana Ross and Raja put herself on a pedestal, but it's like Diana Ross doesn't move, so the hell.
Okay, let's get on to the second part of the challenge, the final runway, which you and I was like, really? We're doing this? We have time for this? Okay.
I know.
Okay, who is your favorite?
Okay, of course, if you're gonna go to someone's Instagram, go to Akira's because that one's like the best one for the frills.
Oh yeah.
The big over-the-top flower dress.
You wanna like just quickly describe it in case people don't have British Netflix?
Or Akira's Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I said go to her Instagram. I'm not gonna...
Words can't describe it.
It was like a show, She came out as like a flower bud and like bloomed out, making it like a huge like fan curtain and then letting it drape down like a train. It was a picture in motion.
No one will understand this reference. But you know those dolls where like it's a fairy and then when you pull the string, the little tutu flies up and it starts flying off? And it was in that Vine, if you love me, let me go.
I was gonna say, like, it's in the Vine.
Yeah. That's not a popular Vine.
Really?
Yeah, and then the toy goes straight into the fireplace. That's what the dress reminded me of.
But yeah, my personal favorites was Akira, Jan, and Pandora Box.
Yes, Jan.
Oh, and Scarlett.
Yes. I also like Sonique.
I didn't like Sonique's one.
Okay, did they boot it or toot it on the whole pit stop?
They didn't like it.
Why? I need to know why.
They just said it makes her body shape weird. She probably should have shown more body than the dress.
I don't know. I think if you go out with bejeweled boobs, you get some points from me.
See, I don't like it because it has that fabric stone look. I just don't like
the fabric stone look
because it's like the bejeweled breast and then like tulle underneath.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't like that combo.
Oh, you bitch. I'm leaving, man.
And I don't like the way Sonique did it. I don't know if we're supposed to be calling it Sonique or Kylie.
What's her full drag name?
Kylie Sonique Love.
Oh, well, as long as I get something part of the name. Because Kylie's such a basic bitch. That's like my high school, classmate. Sonique is a drag name. That's unique. I don't know, I'm too sapphic for this, I guess, because I'm like, oh, bejeweled boobs. Innovated.
Which one was your least favorite look?
Oh, it has to be Eureka, hands down.
Eureka one is bad because the pink cowboy with chaps. I wish it wasn't assless chaps. Makes no sense.
Eureka had assless chaps?
Well, I guess not assless because you can't see the ass, but
I just thought it made the body look really weird.
I didn't like Raja's.
Oh, yeah, the whole rosé look.
Yeah, I like the colors, but I didn't like what it looked like. It's almost as bad as Sonique's.
Well, speaking of bottoms, our opinion doesn't matter because the people on the bottom was Akira Davenport and Yara Sofia, and you had to vote between the two. And if you saw episode 2, I think, is when Yara Sofia was on the bottom, she was like, I'm not begging, that makes me fake, I'm not fake, you know that. And it seemed like it got on a lot of girls' nerves.
But you know what, though? I agree with Yara. I don't think you have to beg. I don't think you have to... I don't know about pleading your case because it's like, of course you want to be there. You don't do all that work and then what? You need someone to tell you? What are you, stupid? You have eyes, you can see.
You're waiting for and if you don't vote me off, I'll give you $1,000.
$10,000.
Oh, 10,000s. No, okay, my thing is, you need this for TV, obviously, right?
Yes.
And you don't have to beg for your case. Like when she told Jan the whole, oh, I was in my head, but next week I'm gonna fucking bring it. I thought you could just say that, other than, I'm not fake, I don't belong here, yada yada yada. It's like, bitch.
Okay, looking at just the reasonings to Jan, that and the whole, I'll eat a book if it let me stay in the game. Like, who would you have voted off the island?
Just counting on Jan, right?
Just counting on the conversation they had with Jan.
Yeah, then I would do Akira Davenport, because you can eat the book, but that doesn't mean you're retaining anything.
Exactly, so it's like if you're desperate, that doesn't mean you belong there. Go, I don't care.
You're so mean. I can't believe this.
I'm not saying I hate any of the queens for doing this. It's part of the game. Playing the game is obviously a part of the strategy of staying, because look at how many queens probably voted for Yara just for not playing the game, or quote unquote not playing the game. But I just think, it's so pathetic. Do what you gotta do, But I would have voted Akira.
I don't know. There's another queen that was kind of like that, where she just kept going on the bottom, but she wouldn't admit she was doing something wrong. It's just the judges, like, I don't know what they're looking for. And it really got on my nerves. And I just don't like those queens who can't accept that they have room for improvement. Like they came out the pussy as Madonna.
Fair enough. But okay, so it was Jan versus season 2's Jessica Wilde.
A very good friend of Yara Sofia, apparently.
Yeah, and I don't remember her at all, but season 2 is an old one.
All the other lip sync battles had been reunions, so I was just like, were we expecting Kylie Sonique Love to win this?
Yeah, I guess so. Was Kylie season 2?
I believe so.
Damn. Oh, I think you're right.
Oh, hell yeah.
And they did To Womanize It, which is a great song.
Apparently, Stephanie's Child always lose to a Britney Spears song.
Oh, God. If You Seek Amy and... I forgot that one's called.
Yeah, because Rosé, Jan, and some other people, I don't know, were part of a band called Stephanie Child.
Laguna Blue. I wonder if she'll be in season 14. But I thought, of course, Jessica Wilde brought it, and...
I'm sorry, but Jan she wasn't being sexy. She wasn't bringing the Britney vibe.
I feel like she was doing like a Jackie Cox thing. Remember Jackie Cox was like being all creepy and staring into the camera kind of thing? Like, it was just like, it's different.
I think she's doing like a failed Jinx Monsoon thing when Jinx Monsoon fought against Sharon Needles. When she's doing like weird yodeling.
Oh, you mean Detox?
Detox, yeah, I get the names confused a lot. They look exactly the same.
They don't.
They do. The white people who's kind of bony.
God. So yeah, so Jessica Wilde wins the lip sync. Next episode's tip is gonna be $30,000, and the group apparently voted Yara Sofia off for not pleading her case.
To be fair, It's just the bunch of other things you gotta take account, like the fact that Yara Sofia would be willing to vote out the strongest contender.
You think so?
That's what she did day one.
By voting Trinity?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
And Trinity was like, oh, I know that's how you play the game.
Speaking of Trinity, I love the part where she's like hanging out with Akira and Raja, and then it's just continuing that story that like she didn't make any friends in season 6, she didn't have any friends coming into All-Star 6, and now she's making an effort to make friends. Like, wasn't that so cute?
Yeah, Trinity definitely has a good chance of winning just because she's getting very good at it.
And her glow up is amazing.
Yeah.
But I saw in the popularity poll that Kylie's the most popular.
Oh, really? Trans right?
I mean, Jiggly's gone.
Who's the least popular?
I didn't take a look.
I'm weak. Anyway, so I really liked it when Yara Sofia left and was just like, fuck you to everyone. And then she didn't really do a goodbye, and so Jessica Wilde was like, oh, I feel kind of bad, I just sent home my friend, but, bye. And she has the whole, final say. And I really wanted Jessica Wilde to say, oh, and also, fuck you.
And it was like a very Fifi O'Hara moment.
What did Fifi O'Hara do?
This is when she gets eliminated by Alyssa Edwards, and Alyssa Edwards wants to hug her, but she's like, no. And she just walks off.
Is Fifi O'Hara the one who says go back Party City?
Yes.
A second contender of what I would like to tattoo on my body. I don't know where that'd go, but...
There's that one on each arm. It's like, go back to Party City. What does Shannon Needle say?
I don't know.
Oh, tired ass showgirl. And it's like, at least I am a showgirl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did we get a glimpse of what next week's was before the Korean started playing?
No.
Alright. Oh, I remember now, the talk show.
Anyways, thanks guys.
They need better challenges.